Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy here, Life Coach, and I'm here today to talk to you about another issue that I had came across, and not necessarily an issue, but it's something that a lot of people fail to realize in life, and something that's been addressed. Like, I talked to a lot of people about relationships and a few personal relationships I had with a few friends of mine, and things of that nature that just should be addressed. That I want to put out there, just some useful info today. And the topic today I want to talk about is the peak of relationships. Um, I was also I want to address that. You know, relationships nowadays have took different shapes and different forms and different meanings, and a lot of people nowadays don't necessarily really like understand when there's nothing left. And this is what I'm going to explain. And I had a friendship just not too long ago where just me and a group of guys seemed like, we was all childhood friends. We was all close, we all talked, hung out, and we tried to keep close. We tried to keep in check with each other and talk to each other, but there came a point to where we just reached that it seemed like nothing would never would agree. We was all on different pages. We tried to go back through the courses of life trying to figure out like what could be the problem, I mean, we just study things that was studied arising. I was like, man, it's got to be something going on. I mean, I'm close with the guys, I care about my friends. I'm trying to figure out like what could it be, And then I sat down one day and I thought about it. I said, in life, as you get older, you're going to change. You're going to evolve, and you're going to develop your steps and your paths in life. And I realized in that relationship that I'm talking about is that we outgrew each other. Our relationship as friends had reached its peak. We was all on different pages. We all just realized that we all doing something totally different in our lives, and we was at the peak because there was no need to figure out anything. It just we was evolving. We was evolving into the shoes that we was trying to fill. My friends in different avenues and different lanes. And so that goes so forth as into personal relationships as far as like significant others. I've talked to a lot of people that's dating or that's been together for a while. Like I said, I had different little conferences I deal with people on, and I realized that I hear a lot about the years, like the number amount of years y'all been together, and I always talks about like how things suddenly just stop. Well, if you haven't sit down and discussed with a person what's going on, or even if if you haven't told them what's really going on, then I see that being your fault. Because you got to let people know when you're feeling some type of way. You can't just sit there and expect for somebody to try to figure you out or read your mind. But if you sit there and you're told a person over and numerous of times, that relationship probably has reached its peak. That person probably really not interested. They just holding on because the years and time y'all been together, which is pretty much a sad excuse. I mean, just because you've been together with somebody so many years, I mean, why continue to hold yourself to the same grounds when you know what they're about? Why not give yourself an opportunity to find someone else? Sometimes, man, you could do all you can in these relationships, man. It just reached that peak. I mean, this person pretty much gonna have the same potential, the same drive. They're not gonna change, and you can't make nobody change. You can always introduce ideas. You can always try to help. It's so many ways, but sometimes you got to know when your relationship has reached that peak. I've talked to so many people lately. They're just telling me they just tired of the same old things. That, things are just getting boring. The relationship's not interesting anymore. I mean, you just got to know when it's valuable and when it's not valuable. Some people still haven't figured out the irony of like, okay, this is not worth it. You got to know what's for you and what's not for you. And I actually done sit down and look back at my time or two in my relationships and realized that I wasted a lot of time trying to figure out what was happening. I didn't realize that it was the peak. It was the peak of relationships, that peak of at the time peak of my relationship, where I wasted most of my energy, time, and money trying to invest into a person that wasn't gonna change. Just I want people to realize that if it's worth holding on to, try to salvage, try to make it work. But if you realize that you've done all the possible, I mean the possible, avenues. You done went down every lane. I mean, you tried relationship coaching. You talking to your pastor. You know you done sat down and just prayed about it. You know, God have, especially pay attention to God. If God showed you that person in front of you, let it go. It's at its peak. There's no more growth in that relationship. Don't stress yourself. Don't worry about, you know, just holding on because of the time. Time means nothing when you keep wasting it. If you're going to keep wasting time, it means nothing. I understand, you know, you might, like I said, once again, you put years into it, you know, just hard to start over, but sometimes you got to. Sometimes you just got to move on. Sometimes relationships have reached their peak maximum. You just got to go. You can't sit there and hold yourself accountable for something that's just never going to be. And I am a victim of, I've done it to myself probably about once or twice in my life. But now as I grew and got older and started to mature and really just get into, you know, relationships and relationship coaching and different things, books that I'm reading on, I realize sometimes, man, you just got to let it go, whether it comes to friendships or whether it comes to like personal relationships. You just got to really realize when it reached its peak. And it's sad. It hurts. I know a lot of people be like, you know, I just don't want to learn nobody else. I just want to go through learning the family members. I don't want to go through the phases of trust. I mean, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do in order to get you where you need to be. And that's what I had to do just recently. I mean, I just had to, myself personally, I just had to reset myself back to like, okay, you know, I'm just going to take my time and work on myself and, you know, just build relationships, you know, just take my time to see, really learn people and to see how can they benefit in the progression of where I'm trying to be in my life. You know, when it comes down whether to, you know, my friends, or when it comes down to me get into a relationship with someone, you know. So it's all about making decisions and choices. And I hope, you know, I hope this video reach out to somebody, and I hope they can get word, get usage of it in some form or some way. I ain't want to try to hold you guys up today. I got more moves and more things to do. As you can see, it's a pretty day out here, and I'm out riding, enjoying myself. But I want to make this video real quick, and it was something that I realized that, you know, a lot of people just need to know, like, quit wasting time. Because there's billions and millions of people out here that's searching for someone, that's longing for good people, that's praying for somebody, and you sitting there holding on to something that you don't need could possibly be holding you up from being with somebody that really desires and wants you for you. You know? And I just hope that, like I said, I just hope I reached out to somebody today, and I hope somebody make good word or good usage of information that I just shared with you today. Like, subscribe, hit me up in the comments, hit me up in my email, which I'm gonna post in the description box below. I want everybody to be safe and have a prosperous day, and take care. This your boy, the coach. Peace.